Hello everyone, I'm Megan. Welcome to a 30-minute standing Pilates session. We'll start with our feet in Pilates stance. That's heels touching, feet are open a little bit like a small letter V. We bend the knees and then we squeeze the legs together and actively squeeze the glutes as well. So it's a small bend and a really big squeeze. While we're here, we'll start checking the posture, taking the shoulders up, back, and down. We'll start checking the seat belts. We're going to squeeze the legs together, squeeze the glutes, push the walls away, and you're lifting your pelvic floor muscles, front and back, up towards your belly button by about 10%. You're pulling in the lower abs by about 10%. We keep those muscles in and up the whole time we do Pilates. And it starts to become a habit that you do all day, every day, without even thinking about it. Bend the knees a little as we take the chin around the front of the body, and then to the side and around the front of the body. One more each side. And then we're coming into our classical side bends. The arms are like stripes going down the side of the body. Knees and feet are parallel and the body is facing forward. We aren't twisting anywhere. It's as if our body is stuck between two panes of glass and we can go neither forward nor back. We can only go side to side. We might just start to go a little bit further each time as we warm up through the spine. Last two, and one. Then we're taking our fingertips to our elbows, we're breathing in, and we're taking the upper body to the corner, and then the front. Corner and front. If you have any spinal injuries, you can let the hips and legs move with you. Otherwise, seatbelts are on, and you're only hinging from the waist. We're warming up this thoracic spine here. Last two, and one. We're opening the arms out to the sides. You can see your fingertips, and you're starting to walk along. Raising up one heel, then the other. We're keeping the hips and the body nice and straight and strong. Seatbelts are on and up. Little circles of the fingertips back. You're circling around a golf ball. Here we go. The exercises we're doing today are the classical Pilates exercises in a standing position. These can also be done in a chair, a lot of them, or on a mat. But today we're trying all standing. We're floating the arms down and now they're circling in as we walk along. Standing Pilates is great if you have a very small amount of space, maybe even too small for a yoga mat. Don't let that stop you. You can still do Pilates. Last two and one. Then we'll go into our parallel squats. We're breathing out as we sit back, breathing in as we come back up. Keeping the arms and the fingertips long. The spine we're keeping really long. The knees are tracking over the middle toes. Keep on going like that. Breathing out, breathing in. Could start small through your movements and then get bigger. I'll show you sideways. It looks like this. We're breathing out, breathing in. Keeping that long spine. Try not to give in to the temptation to curl anywhere. That is not really good for the spine in the long run. We want seatbelts on, long spine. You've got it. That's 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we're coming back into Pilates stance for my favorite one, hug a tree. The knees bend and the elbows shade the ribs as they push towards the back wall. we come up and the fingertips touch in front of you in a circle, as if you're hugging a tree. Every time we come up, we squeeze those glutes like crazy. I'll show you what this looks like sideways. It looks like this. Really allow the ankles to stretch, the Achilles tendon to stretch. I'll show you what it doesn't look like. It doesn't look like this. That is an exercise. It's a completely different exercise. We're keeping this upright. We're working on the strength and the length of our spine. Upper back. Keep that nice up posture with the head over the ears, over the hips. So we're not curling anywhere or bowing. We're strengthening our upper back and the glutes every time we come up and squeeze. Last two. Last one we're holding here. We're raising a heel and lowering. Allow yourself to stretch through the toes. Stretch through the ball of the foot there. Last two. And one, we're taking Pilates stance wide. Similar position, knees and feet are slightly turned out, wider than the hips. So if you're here, come on wider. Here we go. Arms go out to the sides. And now we're bending the knees and come on up. Same thing. Keep the body lovely and tall. Strengthen your spine and your upper back. Do not allow yourself to curl or bow. Those are exercises. They're just different ones. This one, we're really thinking about our upper back. Shoulders are down. Shoulder blades are squeezing towards each other. Wonderful. There's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. Reach the arms up. Fingertips are up, and then you're raising a heel and lowering. Raise the other heel and lower. Now we're walking along here. Strong ankles, strong feet enable us to pursue lots of activities, not just the obvious ones like running, swimming, dancing, climbing. Other things like weightlifting, you'd be amazed how much you need strength and stability in your ankles and feet. So we're working on that here. Or boxing. You need those ankles and feet. Last one, we'll hold here, and then we're doing our little pulses. You can start to circle the arms around and overhead as you go. The lower body is strong and pulsing. The upper body is strong and flowing. Holding it here for a moment, and we'll change sides. Other heel comes up. Start your pulses. Keep your body strong and upright. Don't be tempted to come forward. There we are. Add your circles. We want warm, happy thighs. Last one, we're going to hold. Lovely. We're going to come on down. We're going to think about our ligaments in the joints of the ankle, the feet, the knees. Our ligaments enable us to have that spring in our step. So we're going to use our feet to push off of the floor and spring the knee up. So we'll push, actively push against the floor. You can try it without the push. Try that, and you'll see, yes, that's an exercise, strengthening the hip flexor there in the quad. But then push, and now you're still strengthening your hip flexors and your quads, but you've added that boing that we want to keep through our joints. Extra boing. And if you do any sports with jumping or lots of lunges, this will help to keep that movement going up through your legs. Last two. Last one, and then come on back into your Pilates stance. Zip everything up. Take the arms out into goalposts. We are now squeezing the glutes as if we've got a little credit card in there in between the cheeks, and you're holding it with your cheeks, and someone's trying to pull it out, and you're not going to let them. You're just still squeezing and squeezing and squeezing. And just when you think you couldn't possibly squeeze your glutes anymore, go for it. Squeeze that extra squeeze. Wonderful. That's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Guess what? We're still squeezing. Elbows are in at the rib cage. Pinky fingers touch, and then open. Palms are up to the ceiling. We're strengthening the rotator cuffs and the shoulders. If in doubt, squeeze that little bit more. You got it. There's 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now we're going into Pilates saw standing. Knees and feet are parallel. They're making a triangle. You've got a triangle shape with the floor there. Arms come out at your sides. Abs in. We breathe in. We breathe out. We rotate. And the right pinky finger, the right little finger is sawing off the thigh 3 times. Coming up. Here we go. Breathing in. Breathing out. And we saw 2, 3. We're starting high and we will work our way lower. Keep the spine long. Abs in. If you'd like to carry on, now you're sawing underneath your knee, near the calf muscle. We breathe in, we breathe out, and we saw 2, 3. Breathing in, breathing out. Let the back fingertips go towards the ceiling. Really long, strong back arm. How about heading for the ankle? 3, 2, 1. Breathing in, breathing out for 3, 2, 1. Would you like to head for the foot or the floor? Go for it. 3, 2, 1. Come on up. 3, 2, 1. You've got it. Breathing in, breathing out for 3, 2, 1. Breathing in, breathing out for 3, 2, 1. Come on up, open up. Take the knees and feet slightly turned out. Bend on down like we were before. Pilates stance wide. Now we're doing our torso twists. We're breathing in. We're breathing out. Twisting to the corner for 3, 2, 1. We come to the middle. Breathing out for 3, 2, 1. Breathing in. Breathing out. Find your own pace for these. If you feel like it's too easy, tighten up those seat belts. Wildly tighten, lift. Stretch through the fingertips and the whole arm. We don't want any soft arms like that. They're long and straight and strong. Here we go. Last 3, 2, 1. And last one there. Come on in. Reaching up, reaching the heart for the ceiling. Fingertips a little bit back. And then we're folding through the elbows, the hips and the knees. Come on down. Hands could be here on the thighs for a moment, or maybe they find the floor. Take the knees and feet parallel. Bend that little bit more, and then we're going into a stretch. We're breathing in, breathing out, lengthening the hips to the ceiling. The legs lengthen out. Fingertips are on the floor in front of you. Maybe the hands. Rock a little bit forward and back here. That'll feel great in the backs of the legs. Slight bend in the knee, abs in. We're pushing ourselves up to the knees again. Thumbs are on the thighs. We're bringing one shoulder forward. Lovely stretch there for the shoulders and the waist. Keep the knees equally heading open and back. Come on up, other side, shoulder forward, lovely stretch here. Come on up and spring on in. And here we go, we'll turn sideways. We're going to do a calf stretch. You put one knee up. Seat belts are on, holding it here. Then this foot is coming straight behind you for your calf stretch. Let the back heel find the floor. Start squeezing the kneecap and the quad. Really push through the back of the heel there so you can feel it in the entire back of the leg, especially the calves. We're going to hold it here. working on our balance. The fingertips are flying back for a moment. Then we've got 8 heel rises with the arms reaching. So here we go. The heel comes up as we reach the arms up and then down. Breathing out, breathing in. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold number 8. Reach that little bit more. Come on through to your calf stretch again, holding it here. And then you're going to come on up. Use the spring through your step. Push the floor away. Come on up. Then we'll change. Other knee up for a moment here. Then this foot goes straight back behind. Make sure your back foot is parallel to the front foot. If it's turned out a little bit, you're stretching your hip. So really straighten that back foot out. It might almost feel turned in. Squeeze that back kneecap and quad. Really start to feel it there at the back of that whole leg. Finding our balance. Ready for the 8 heel raises. I absolutely love these. Here we go. Reaching and heel comes down. Breathing out as we lift. In as we lower. There's 3, 4. Keep that long spine. Shoulders down. You've got it. There's 6, 7. Hold number 8, the extra moment. If you're here, reach that tiny bit more. And then we'll come on down. Holding it here for a moment. We're going to spring up off of the floor. Use that boingy effect. Use your strength there. Push off the floor and come on in. We're bending both knees, folding at the hips, the knees and the elbows, flat back. Come on down. And curl up like a cat all the way up. Find your best posture. We're going to balance. So you're taking one big toe behind you on the floor. If you have any injuries, you could be here. Otherwise, raise that heel up, flex the foot, and keep the knees and the thighs glued together. We're balancing here for a minute. The minute has already started. If you find that this thigh is coming a little bit forward, glue it to the other thigh. Squeeze the glute. Lift up out of the hips. Flex that foot. Holding it here. We'll bring the arms up in front of us. Here. You can add some flow through your arms as well. Arms are like water. The lower body is steel. Standing leg firing up. Don't be tempted to let that knee come forward. Keep the knees together. Squeeze the glute that little bit more. You can do it. Here we go. We're there. Well done. That minute flew by. Then both knees hinge forward. Roll up. Other side. Here we go. You could be here with your big toe on the floor. Come back to here whenever you need to. Otherwise, seatbelts on. Up we go. Push that heel behind you. Squeeze the glutes, come up out of your hips. The minute has already started. Is your knee dropping forward? Squeeze it, take it back. Squeeze the thighs, hamstrings, strength. Strengthen the standing ankle. We can do this. Arms are forward. These 1 minute balancing acts are fabulous for preventing osteoporosis in the femur bone, this thigh bone of the leg we're standing on. The act of standing and balancing like this for 1 minute is a bone loading exercise, and it's the equivalent of going for a 1 hour walk. That's how good it is for that femur bone right there. It's never too early, and it's never too late to strengthen your bones. Keep on flowing there. Well done. The foot comes down, knees and feet together, abs in. We're hinging at the knees, the hips, the elbows. Come down with your flat back and roll on up. All the way up, shoulders up, back and down. Time for a hug. Let's bring the front knee up. The toes could be here or higher. Find a stretch position that you like. Could be there, could reach under the thigh, and then you're hugging the thigh to the ribs. Better to keep the spine long and the thigh lower than to curl the spine and bring the spine up. So go for length and strength. There we go. While we're here, we'll circle this ankle around a few times in each direction. And then we're lowering on down. Here comes our fold. Curl on up. Let's go for that hug. Find your balance. Abs in. Come to the position where you're happy. Could be there. Come on up and find your thigh hug. Circling here. Extra hug and lift. Doesn't that feel good? Wiggle through the foot and the toes. Here we go. We're coming on down for our fold. And we're coming on up, all the way up. We're going into our quad stretch. Squeeze this back glute. Raise one heel up. Find the foot or the ankle. Press the hip forward, finding a stretch for your quads. Use the wall if you need to. Keep the knees together. Again, don't be tempted to be stretching here. Knees are together. You could always reach the other fingertips forward. If you'd like to extend it a little bit, go for it. Squeeze that glute, press the hip. That's where the stretch is coming from. It's not because I'm pulling on my foot to add to the stretch, it's because I'm squeezing here and pushing there. Great. If you'd like to add some movement, go for it. How about a reach? That'll feel nice through the waist. Here we go. Coming down for our fold. And a roll up. Other side. Could be low if you need it to be. Start squeezing the glute, pressing the hip forward, knees are glued together. Reach for the foot or the ankle and set up for your quad stretch. Keep checking the squeeze of the glute. Reaching. Stay tall and try not to let the knee come forward. It's coming from that squeeze and that push. Add movement if you'd like. Add a little bit more space there if you'd like. Holding it, maybe a reach. And we're coming on down. Here comes our fold. We're coming all the way down. All the way up, shoulders up, back and down. And I'll meet you back in Pilates stance here. Squeezing everything up, finding a really nice posture. Opening out, and we're taking the right toes out, turn so that the knee and the toes are facing the front. Holding our hip, we're coming up and over with the opposite arm. We're creating space between the bottom rib and the hip bone. So breathe in, breathe out, and go for it there. Come on up, and in. We'll go to the other side. The toes are out. Rotate knees and hips to the front. Here we go. Up and over. And then we're coming on down and in. Now we're going to be working on our knees. Strength through the front of the leg. We're doing our tendus. We're breathing out, breathing in. We press the front toe and the foot forward and slide back in. You're naturally shifting your weight a little bit side to side. Everything is going parallel. As you work, you got some arms out for balance there. The next one, we're staying out, we're floating the toes up, holding it here. Take the palms up a little bit higher. Take the leg up a little bit higher and hold. We'll come on down and we'll swap to the other side. We're going out. Arms up a little bit higher, really just on the toe there. Breathing in, breathing out, we raise the leg up and hold. Come on down. Now we're going to the side, same position as our stretch, holding it here. Up a little further here. We raise the toe up and hold. Keep the body upright. It's tempting to go like that. That could be beautiful, but right now we're working on our waist here. So we're going to raise on up and hold there. Wonderful. Keeping the head over the body. And down. We'll go to the other side. We're coming on out. Check seatbelts. Strengthen the obliques. We're coming on up, finding our balance, but without being tempted. Check. Seatbelts and waist, keeping us nice and tall. Come on in and down. And we'll go to the back. So now the big toe is on the floor behind us. Squeeze the glute. That raises the leg up. Squeeze the kneecap and the quad. Oops, I'll give myself space there. Goes a little bit higher. Reaching the arms out. Up that little bit more. Squeeze and hold. Come on in and we'll go to the other side. We've got the big toe behind us. Squeeze the glute. The glute lifts the leg up. Squeeze kneecap and quad. Hold. You've got it. Open up through the heart, through the shoulders. And we're coming on down. Come on up. Back into your parallel position. Seatbelts are on. Fingertips to the temples. We're tilting from the waist. Over and up. Over and up. Please do check that your knees are soft. If you've got your legs locked, it'll be damaging the lower back. So soften the knees. All the seatbelts are on and strong as we work through the waist here. These could be easy, except every time you think of it, you're pulling in the lower abs a little bit more and you're lifting up the pelvic floor muscles. Will they reach the belly button? Yes, they will. You've got it. That's 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to come on up. Push the walls away. Push the wall back away behind us for a moment. Holding it there. Come on in. We're going to give ourselves a little bit of space. And then we're taking the toes behind. Arms are long next to us and the opposite arm is coming up. Holding it here. We come on in. Slight softening through the knees. Other side. Holding it here. These are your Superman strength work for the entire back of the body. We're doing these standing. We often do these in the tabletop position on our hands and knees when we're on the mat. But they can be done standing. Very nice for the inner ear. Developing our balance. Maintaining our balance. And certainly one if you were recovering from surgery, or you had some injuries and you knew that you couldn't be on your hands and knees, that doesn't mean you can't do the Superman. You can do it standing here. A lot of the standing Pilates exercises are not necessarily easier. They're just different. Working through the body in a slightly different way. Here we go. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on in, and our biggest fold forward ever. Really deep, all the way down. Will the ribs come close to the thighs with a flat back? Then we're curling up like a cat. Here we go, breathing in. Breathing out, lead the way with the shoulders, the upper back coming on up like a cat. All the way up, shoulders up, back and down into your Pilates stance, into our wide Pilates stance, bending the knees, and we're coming up and over. If you're here, take the fingertips a little bit further away from each other and reach, 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 stretching the obliques right in here. If you don't feel it, pull the abs in. Good, a little bit more. Ooh, lovely. Come on up and we'll go to the other side. One arm down and across, the other one up and over and across. Find your obliques. There we go, keep on going. Bend through the knees. Press the arms long. Oh, that should feel glorious, right in there. Come on up. Power through the ligaments, come on in. Coming back to parallel, we're going to check bending the knees, checking our joints. Circle at the elbows. Keep on going the other way. And our shoulders, we've got the right shoulder, the left shoulder. Fingertips to the shoulders, we've got the elbows circling back, bending the knees each time, making the circles even bigger. The elbows might touch the ribs, the hands might touch the ears. Ooh, yeah, 2 more like that. Come on down, soften the knees, right ear to the right shoulder. Come up and cradle the head. We release. Left ear to the left shoulder. Come up and cradle the head. And we release. Really long spine before we bring the chin down towards the chest, keeping the spine long. We bring the face back to the front, fingertips to the temples, long spine, and we're lifting up, opening up through the shoulders, through the heart area here. Back to neutral here. Push the walls away a few times there. Come on in and find your stance there. Everything is facing forward, and then find your walk again. Seatbelts on, check posture. Hands are at our sides, palms to the back wall, and we're doing little circles in here. And little circles out. And then last 2, and 1. Bending both knees. Our deepest parallel squat this morning, or today rather. Reach, reach, reach. You've got it. That's gorgeous. Fingertips up a little bit further. And then fingertips find the floor. Folding forward. Bending the knees, and we're rolling on up. All the way up. Shoulders up. Back and down. I hope you feel great. I hope you've had a really nice time exercising. And I look forward to moving with